This is a Shotz Thermal Imaging video presentation, and what we're looking at here is excessive air infiltration. This particular home has 18 air changes per hour at the industry standard of 50 pascals with the use of a blower door. We have a negative pressure on the home creating air infiltration at all the air leakage sites. Typically, cold air comes in during the wintertime. Cold air comes in from the lower parts of the home, and the conditioned air escapes through the higher parts in the home around the ceilings. For indoor air quality purposes, for health reasons, there should not be less than 5 air changes per hour at 50 pascals unless there is a type of mechanical ventilation. New construction in Maryland requires 3 air changes per hour or less with mechanical ventilation. Once again, this particular house has 18 air changes per hour at 50 pascals. This house was built back in 1972. And as we can see, there's air infiltration all over the place. A good way to mitigate this would be with a clear caulking or a caulking of color that would match. In this video, the darker colors represent coldness, and the brighter orangish yellowish colors represent heat or warmer temperatures. And as we can see in this video, the recessed lighting is leaking, and we see everywhere the intersection of wood, there's excessive leakage. And the beams and the tongue and groove ceilings. Around the skylights. The typical return on investment for air sealing is about 2 years. So whatever expense is involved with air sealing this home, the energy savings produced will pay for the mitigation within 1 or 2 years, typically. And that is an excellent return on investment. Leakage like this is very hard to detect without the use of a blower door and thermal imaging camera. During the mitigation process, Shotz will use thermal imaging and the blower door to seek and deseal the air leakage. The rule of thumb is always go for the worst first. That's the low-hanging fruit. not only will there be a significant amount of energy that is saved, saving money on the heating costs, but also durability issues come into play as warm, moist air exfiltrate in a natural condition into the attic areas. Warm, moist air making its way through these air infiltration sites and exfiltration sites. The warm, moist air goes into the attic, condenses often condenses on the underside of the roof, and then we have moisture issues. So a properly insulated and air sealed thermal envelope is important, and also to have proper ventilation above the insulation to extract the unwanted and unneeded conditioned air that is above the insulation.